I'm live. I think I'm live. Is that good? Hold up. All right. Well, now we're just chilling, I guess. This is exciting. First ever live stream. Uh. Oh, we got 2 people now. All right. I was gonna say there's 0 people here. That was You know, it's weird because this is the first ever live stream, and the difference between a live stream and a video is it's like I'm having a party and I got 0 RSVPs, so I have no idea how many people are gonna show up. We got 2 though, 2 in 45 seconds. I think that's good. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna wait a couple minutes, maybe see if we can get a little bit of a crowd here, and then we'll get down to business. Oh my, tough lit. Oh gosh. Okay, so there's a couple things I've noticed. Oh, let's get a light on actually. Is that better or worse? I think it's better. So there's a couple things I've already noticed. Right off the bat, this image quality is not very good. And when I was just typing there, so let's say I just typing something here. I'm using my laptop webcam. So every time I type, it's gonna shake like this. So first order of business, I guess, is going to be looking at how much an external webcam costs. Because this is without a doubt going to be the lowest quality video to ever be on the channel. So that's neat. How many people can get in there? Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh, we got 4 people. This is just embarrassing. See, I was going to look up a bunch of stuff on like how to set up a live stream, how to get it going, all that jazz, and then I decided I'm just going to stream today kind of on a whim, so we're just rolling with what I got. But 4 people, I feel like that's good. Yo, can't type. I really can't type. It's going to be like an earthquake every time I type. That's going to be really weird. How much is like a 1080p webcam? Let's move that. 28 bucks. This one's 90 bucks. So I know a lot about cameras. I've got this camera. I've got this camera. Maybe another camera in here. There's lots of cameras. The actual camera I'm using for this stream is not very good at all. I don't know, does it look okay? I feel like it's not awful. What if I turn? I did set up some lights, so I didn't like. Oh yeah, we definitely want that. I did set up some lights, so it's not like a total mess. I think it looks okay, but it's definitely lower than what you're probably used to on this channel. I definitely want to invest in a new webcam right off the bat. But we need to get some more people in here. I feel like 4 people's like okay. Oh, we got 5 people. Welcome to the stream. See if we can get more people in here. So I'll do what all great streamers do and make a post saying I'm streaming. I think that's what you do, right? That's what Instagram is for nowadays, to push people to your YouTube. This is what we do. I guess you guys want to see? Yo, what's up? So this is my first live stream on YouTube. If you want to check it out, there'll be a link somewhere maybe, or just head over to my YouTube channel. We'll see how it goes. Come join me. I don't want to be lonely. Yo, what's up? So this is my first live stream on YouTube. If you want to check it out, there'll be a link somewhere maybe, or just head over to my YouTube channel. We'll see how it goes. Come join me. I don't want to be lonely. Yo, what's up? So this okay, we're not going to loop that. Let's see. Live streaming. Live streaming, come hang out. yeah, I don't know if this is going to be like a permanent thing or not. I'm losing viewers quick, but I don't know. It's something I wanted to do for a while. I've been watching some like gaming streamers, so kind of getting back to my roots, which is actually how I started this channel. I don't know how many of you know that, but I've been watching streamers lately, and I was like, I want to try that out. That looks super fun. No idea what I'm doing, but kind of just jumping into the deep end. Let me get this going. How do I... Oh man, they're dropping like flies. We're down to 2. We're down to 2. Can the Instagram story save us? No, I don't want to share to Facebook. Probably should have, actually. Oh, we're back at 3. Welcome to the stream. Don't know who's here. I can't see who's here. So if you're here and you want to hang out, you want to talk, just like a chat on the side. So, oh, we're back up 4. It's not bad. I think the post is up. Maybe we'll get more people going. But yeah, I mean, this is like the advantage to streaming, right? Over videos, you guys can interact with me if that's something you want to do. So if you have questions, you just want to say hi, you want to say, how's it going? That's the advantage to the stream. I think that's like why it's kind of cool. It's live, it's interactive. I put my coffee over here. So, I mean, I have nothing really planned for today, but it's more of just a test run. See if it's fun to do. See what needs to be improved. Because definitely this webcam is not going to cut it for me. Not a chance. Let's see. So we need to get people in this stream. Maybe I should just text people I know. Whoever's here, thank you for spending your, what is it, Friday? Your Friday afternoon, early Friday evening with me. I appreciate it. Again, this is going to be a little bit of a mess. Not a lot is planned, but we're just kind of rolling. Huh. I mean, future videos, we'll have to have like some sort of outline or something I'm accomplishing or achieving. That might be fun. Let's see if we can get some people in here. This is where we find out who the true fans are. Right? The people that join my streams are the people that want to hang out with me. Those are my #1 fans. If I do giveaways on the streams, you guys are in luck because with 4 people, your odds are pretty dang good. So I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with me. It'll hopefully be a good time. Let's see. You guys know what Discord is? Gotta hit up the Discord servers. At everyone, come be in my live stream. I'm desperate. I didn't set up a screen share. Maybe I should have did that. I found a video that showed you how to do everything. Like, I already have OBS. I've used it for other things. But it was like 13 minutes long. And I just wanted to go live, so I didn't. Maybe a rookie mistake. We've got the coffee. Got some Belvitas. We're fluctuating between 3 and 4. But I've got a like. Hey, can you guys drop a like when you hear this? I guess not even when you see this. Drop a like if you're here. Unless you're really, really stingy with your likes. But I just want to... Does that push it to more people? I have no idea how live streaming works. Hey, that's 2 likes. No, I thought someone messaged me on Instagram, but I was wrong. I didn't eat lunch today, so I'm eating now. If I kind of stream, I can just do whatever. I do have I did want to clean all my lenses. Also, is the mic good? The mic should be okay. I've got blue. Oh my gosh. Every time I touch my desk or my keyboard, the whole like camera shakes. We're gonna have to fix that. Well, the mic should be good. It's like a decent mic. I bought it like 2 years ago. So even if the image quality isn't great, the microphone should be okay, I think. It's a little far from my mouth though. Maybe I can move that up. Now for your lens cleaning ASMR. That's really the only thing I've scheduled. I figured I might as well be productive. I had no idea how many people were going to join the stream. I almost called it the screen. The stream. So I was like, if no one's here and I'm just talking to like a blank wall, I'll just clean lenses. For those ASMR fans out there, if someone happens to join. There's something I feel like a lot of people don't do is they don't take the time to clean their lenses, especially when I rent gear. So if you guys don't know, guys and girls, is saying guys okay? So growing up, I always said guys. Like in most of my intros, I say guys. But when I say guys, I mean like guys, girls. But should I just say everyone? Should I say y'all? I don't know. But I rent out a lot of camera gear. That's where I was going with this. And a lot of the time when I check it out, it literally looks like people were like rubbing greasy fingers on the lenses. Like it's like people just don't know how to clean. But when you've got like hundreds or thousands of dollars in lenses, if they're just like greasy, like you're not getting that thousands of dollars of quality. Like you're not getting your money's worth. Actually, I'm going to finish this one off with the lens pen. So, we're at 6 people. I was like half paying attention. That's sick. Welcome to the stream. This is my first ever live stream. 6 people. I think that's pretty good, right? I don't even know how these pop up. 7? What? If we hit double digits, I don't have anything to... 8? What is going on? Well, I mean, right now it's just lens cleaning ASMR. I can't even... Wait, I don't even need these. Hold up. Maybe I was just yelling really loud. I can't hear anything. I don't know why I had those on. Sound of cleaning lenses. So for those of you that are just stopping in, it's kind of just a test run, seeing if it's fun, seeing what we could maybe do with this. I've been watching a lot of people on like Twitch and like Twitch streamers, YouTube's highlights, and just listening to podcasts on like streaming and how they make money and why they do it, and kind of just learning the ropes of streaming. And I was like, hey, I want to try this out for myself. So it's kind of what's going on today. I have no agenda. Nothing was prepared. But we're just seeing how it goes. But I feel like the chat's lacking a little. Did you guys have a good holiday? Get anything cool? I'm just looking for stuff to talk about. This isn't supposed to be one-sided. Come on. I mean, I guess it is my job to be entertaining. Got me there. Okay, one lens down. Another one to go. Meh. All right. No, I see how it is. If you don't want to talk, you don't have to talk. It's my job to talk. It's your job to listen. But I think it could be more fun if it was interactive. Back up to 8 people. We were down to, now we're at 7. That is really, it's a little bit stressful to watch. I see it go from 8 to 6, and I'm like, geez, I'm putting them to sleep. But then I see it go back up. Oh, see, now we're back at 6. But I guess that's just how it works. I mean, I have no idea how you even, like, get, like, how did you guys find out about this stream? How did you even find it? Does it pop up somewhere? Because I've seen them before, but I probably haven't clicked a YouTube stream in 2 months, unless you count, like, music. Had a good holiday, Josh. Lots of time with family, watching you while I clean up my office. See, that sounds kind of fun. Like, I don't expect you to be, like, just eyes glued to the screen. You know, maybe listen to my voice. If you have something to say, type it out. Get notified. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe just like the subscription notification. Huh, well, that's cool. Spending our Fridays on YouTube. We aren't good at talking. Fair enough. I mean, I'm alone in my room doing a live stream, so, you know, not much more social. What do we have next? Here's a beefy piece of glass. So what do you call it? In later streams, I'll try and come up with like a theme. Actually, that's got a little dust in there. So it'll have a little more to do. I actually didn't know if I'd have like 0 people or like 1 guy just hanging out with me. I'm using my webcam. I spent very, very little time figuring out how to stream. I like started watching a 13-minute video, got 3 minutes into it, and it was close to the time I said I'd stream. I like posted it a little early, so I just turned on the webcam and started going. This is a very, very work in progress setup. It is a built-in laptop webcam. So as I was saying earlier, so like watch this. If I just go, hey, I'm typing something. It looks like there's an earthquake. The whole laptop and desk shakes. So I was already like, the first order of business is to improve this image quality because this is going to be the lowest quality video ever to be on my channel. So I'm just looking at cheap webcams now. If there's a way I could just hook up like my DSLR, which I feel like there should be, but if there is, I would much rather do that, I think. But you know, we're just figuring it out as we go, kind of just jumping into the deep end, as I said earlier. Where did I put my lens? But yeah, right now I'm just using a built-in webcam. It says 720p. Doesn't look like 720p. Quality's pretty good for live. Oh, well, that's good to hear. It probably looks okay on like a phone and stuff. Like I actually spent a little time. I've got a light here. I've got this light on my face. So it definitely looks worse without it, I think. So like I put the time in to kind of get this ready, but not a lot. The lighting's like a really easy thing to do. I also, like, if you look in the thumbnail, I have a darker shirt on. I changed to a lighter one because it was like super noisy because there wasn't enough light on it. So just little things to make the stream look a little bit better. That's kind of what I was going for. I feel like doing an in-person stream is kind of interesting. I mean, as opposed to like a gaming or reacting stream. Because I'm just sitting here, right? And if I'm not doing anything and I'm not really getting responses, then it's really like I'm just talking for as long as I can. Like, geez, this has been 20 minutes already. Actually goes by really fast. My gosh, that's crazy. You should check out how Sean from Think Media does his live setup. I definitely should. I actually watch a lot of his videos, especially when I was starting. Drop my lens cap. Especially when I was starting out with YouTube, and even now, I watch him less now, but I used to watch him a lot. Yeah, like the second live stream should hopefully look and sound and feel and be just way better than this one. But you know, just learning as we go. Today's kind of just a test run to see if there's interest on the channel, if it's interesting to me, and just kind of how it works. Kind of learning the ropes. This chair is really squeaky. Back up to 8. That's cool. Has anyone viewed my Instagram? Hey! It's kind of weird making that live. It's like liveception. But yeah, on future streams, maybe I'll find something to do. I just thought of it. I wish I had it now. I have like this puzzle. It's just like a Chinese like puzzle. It's got pieces and they have to go like this very specific way to come apart. I don't know, something like that while I'm talking, just something you can watch me do, laugh at. It's like right now we don't have a lot going on except for the lens cleaning ASMR. But I feel productive. I'm just happy people are here. You know, I was worried I was going to be the guy who threw the party and no one showed up. But look at us now. You should enable super chat so people can give money to get highlighted. Yeah, I should. I mean, that sounds good. People who like me can support me, you know, if they want, and they get a little perk out of it. I don't know how to do that. Let's figure it out. Can I go to live chat? Participants? No. Might have to do it beforehand or go into some YouTube settings. You guys gotten ads yet? Wait a sec. I might have. Uh-oh. I clicked insert ad and the amount of people watching instantly dropped. Can I just insert an ad whenever I want? That's whack. It says ad inserted. I mean, obviously I don't want to abuse that, but that's kind of cool. But yeah, right now, if you're just tuning in, people, you know, it's been fluctuating up and down. I've been cleaning lenses, so if you're into like, I already cleaned this one, but if you're into like that lens cleaning ASMR, I don't get it, but a lot of people like that nowadays. You know, here's, you know, that's something you're into. You like those sounds? You want to hang out with me? Have a good Friday night, living it up? This is the place to be. I just got monetized, but my ads aren't showing. I'm new to the whole ads thing in live streams. Yeah. I think, I mean, it says I inserted an ad. I have no idea if it did. Obviously, I don't want to just, it seems weird that I could just do it, right? Like, what if I just said, everyone stay here and started spam clicking ads? Would it just like give me a bunch of money? I have no idea. It seems weird. I can just insert them live though. I wonder if I can set it up so it's like every 10 or 15 minutes you get an ad. So I know on Twitch you can subscribe, right? And then you don't get ads. I think that's how it works. And maybe you get other bonuses. I'm actually really dehydrated. So I've got coffee over there and I came prepared. It's not a LaCroix, so I feel bad. I feel like I'm cheating on LaCroix. But the Dasanis are pretty good as well. Just get that sparkling water going. Oh, listen to that. This really is becoming an ASMR stream. Let's see. Actually, you know, I'm going to use this stream to make a checklist of all the things I need to make better streams. So let's open that up. Number one. Oh, hold up. Number one. New webcam or hook up camera. It's like an earthquake every time I type. Number two. I'll listen back and check audio quality. I think the audio should be okay. I've got a mic hooked up, a pretty decent one, but it's a little far from my mouth, so maybe like a boom arm or something, if it's not as good as I want. I mean, I feel like the lighting is okay. It's not supposed to be super high quality. What else? Oh, plan out something beforehand. So we got a theme instead of just ASMR lens cleaning, which might be fun. You know, maybe that'll be every Friday. Just come here, listen to me clean lenses, make sure my lenses are clean and somewhat entertaining. What if I insert another ad? Is everyone gonna leave again? I don't know how that works. So actually, if you watch this live, you could let me know, or if you comment later. When I click that, when I say, what if I insert an ad? Does an ad show up for you? Because obviously I'm not gonna like abuse it. Like I'm not doing this for the money. We've got 6 people here. I don't think I'm gonna be raking in the dough. But it was one of those things like I wanted to do it, and I started thinking about it the past couple days. Like maybe I'll set up a stream, and then today I just had a little free time, and I was like, I'm just gonna go live. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna see what happens. And here we are. So that's cool. You know, we're just going for it, jumping into the deep end and learning as we go. You guys are okay with that, right? I feel like anyone who's here doesn't expect anything of me. Like, I think the bar is pretty low. So, I think it's just interesting. But definitely we'll have to get some sort of agenda. Maybe guests on here. Would that be cool? Kind of like a podcast. I get someone else and we just go live and talk about things. Making money with photography. It's always interesting. What gear to buy? What gear not to buy? Things you need or don't need? Funny stories we have? Can I change the title of this video? Actually, maybe that'd be something to do. I actually have a decent amount of stories. I think I'm gonna save them for later live streams, or just funny things that have happened to me while doing photography, video, just weird, quirky experiences. Oh wait, what'd he say? The ad may go in when the archive gets played back. Oh, that would make more sense. So someone watches the video after I do the live stream, then the ad plays. I feel like I'm jumping around a lot. But I guess that's okay. Like I said, we're just testing the waters. This chair's really squeaky. Every time I reach over. My desk isn't huge right now. I actually just swapped it for a really small one. So I can't fit a lot on here. So I'm kind of, I've got a dresser here. Literally just my bed here full of camera gear. For anything else, I can clean some filters, right? It's fun to watch. Do you guys have any ads played otherwise? Like, obviously, I've said this and I mean it. Like, I don't want to just bombard you with ads, but it's a curiosity thing. Like, can I change the frequency? If it's 10 minutes, can I change it to an ad every 15? Or, if it's every 30 minutes, can I change it to an ad every 20? I don't know. Maybe I'll have to watch some other people's streams, see how they do this. Hey, it's popped up in my recommended. What's up? So, get you up to speed. I didn't do my research or really get a proper setup. So I'm using the webcam on my laptop. So every time I type, it's like an earthquake. It doesn't help that I have kind of a wobbly desk. The quality's not great. The lights are, I'm okay with the lights. I can live with them for now. But this is the genesis of my streaming career. So welcome. You're making history. It's kind of cool. That's cool. It comes in the recommended though. I'm being productive. I'm just cleaning lenses and filters. Where? I'm like losing things. And I'm being a slob on stream. So there's that. Me burping into the mic like some sort of savage. We're seeing how it works. I don't know. We've been live for a half hour? What? That's pretty cool. What's up with the live stream title? So it says coffee, cameras, and what, like the fate of the world? I think that's what I named it. It was there's no reason behind that, but I had no idea what we were going to talk about today. So I named it that. I guess it's kind of clickbait. I could have did coffees, cameras, and chatting. That might have been more fair. So I apologize for that if you feel deceived. But yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be a conversation. So if people like wanted to talk about cameras or the future of photography, it could have gone there. But I think it's just going to be another 15 minutes or so. Unless we figure something out to pass this time. It goes by really fast though when you're streaming. Streaming and cleaning. Maybe that'll be my next title. But I think in future streams, I really want to tell stories from my life. I feel like that'd be really fun. Something I feel like I couldn't do in regular videos. I mean, I could, but it doesn't really fit with the channel. I shouldn't blow on that. But just like take 30 minutes and be like, story time Friday. I feel like that could be fun. Got a few decent stories. It's too late now. No one would get to this part. Did you get any new camera equipment as a gift this week? I actually didn't want any camera equipment, as weird as that sounds. I'm like very satisfied with my setup right now. I did. Hold up. It's literally thrown on the floor right here. I did get this jacket. It's red. It's really bold, but I love it. Nothing to do with cameras or photography, but I really, really like that jacket. It's like very outdoorsy, kind of sporty. Might be my favorite thing I got, but I really like, I don't know. It's hard to ask for worthels. I think that's supposed to be like, what the heck is this? Yo, we're getting people here. This is a party. I literally, as soon as I look at the chat, it's like my brain just get wiped. I forgot where I was going. Oh, I don't really ask for camera stuff because it's really hard. Because it's like here's a Canon 80D, right? The body's $900. I don't think I'm gonna ask for like something more than $900, like a new camera. That's something I would just work for myself. Same with like lenses. Like it's hard because I'm not gonna ask for like a cheap lens that's worse than lenses I have. It doesn't make sense. But at the same time, I don't want to ask for like a $500 lens or something. I just feel kind of guilty even being like, hey, you should get me this. And there's other camera, like to each their own. Like some people might be more comfortable with that. Some people might be less. I just don't really, I don't know. I'm at the age, and it's really weird, where I don't care. Like Christmas is not even about getting things for me anymore. Which obviously it's the season of giving. But like when you're 15 years old, a lot of the time it feels more like the season of getting. You know, like when you're growing up, when you're in high school, middle school especially. It's like, I want the new Xbox. I want the new PlayStation. And, you know, everyone's very thankful. But as a kid, please tell me this isn't just me. But as a kid, you're kind of like, I want this for Christmas, you know? Like you're not out gifting your parents or anything like that. But now I'm at the age where it's kind of like, I'm more excited about coming home and seeing family than getting things. And I actually like really enjoy like getting my siblings, cousins, relatives, like whatever. I enjoy getting people things and like seeing their reaction. But seeing my family is probably my favorite part nowadays, and just coming home now that I'm at college. A little bit of a tangent, but didn't really get any new camera stuff. Didn't really need any. Clearly I need a webcam now, but this is getting the job done, right? I feel like with the lights, it looks okay. You know. All about those reactions. No, like you're not going to see, like I enjoy seeing like people happy and light up. I actually put a lot of thought into my gifts this year. I think I did a pretty good job. And that makes me feel good. So like I do enjoy seeing people like react to the things I get them. Maybe that's selfish. But you're never going to see like me doing a Christmas haul 2019 check out what I got. It's just, I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. Maybe I'll do these in the morning. I'll skip my coffee and I'll be like, what's up? It's 7 a.m. You're getting ready for life, ready to take on the world. And I'm here to amp you up. Because I think, like, I can't imagine a lot of you, maybe you're just staring at me, I don't know. I can't imagine people are, like, intently watching this as much as listening or got it on another monitor or something. Yeah. Then you can hear the crunch and see the crumbs falling, eating crackers in 1080p, 60 FPS. I'll slow it down. That'd be a good stream. Okay, so I'm gonna expose myself here. So you said also, I think the thing to connect your DSLR to your computer is called a capture card. So I'm gonna expose my lack of knowledge here. So when I think capture card, I think of recording like your PS4, your Xbox, like recording your gameplay from one of those devices. Do you use the same thing to like somehow use a DSLR with your computer? Is that the same thing? Also, I do want to... Okay, it is the same thing. Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be cool. I think for live streaming, it matters less. But like if you do end up watching this, you do want it to look good. I mean, I think it's okay right now, but just like a little bit of crispiness would go a long ways. Let me get rid of some of the grain. Where's my... If you'll notice, I set things down somewhere different every time, and then I'm just looking left and right on stream. Let's throw another ad in here. Yeah. People watching this. I can't imagine anyone watches this whole thing not live. Maybe it's interesting. Yeah. There probably are different solutions. So I've seen... This is, again, I'm exposing myself for the little knowledge I have about streaming and capturing things. But I've seen people take like Canon... What is it? What's the point and shoot? The G2X? Canon... I should know this. Canon G... It's like the GX Mark II. Is that literally what it's called? PowerShot G1X. I don't know. I've seen people take point and shoots, like mount them above their monitor and somehow record directly from those. G7X. Thank you. I don't know why I was blanking on that. G7X Mark II. So I've seen people take like that point and shoot and use it for streaming. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Having a better image, like if you do actually want to sit down and watch this, is going to make it much more tolerable. Same with like audio. I feel like the easiest solution, absolute easiest, is buy a better webcam. And I'll go like, let's say I'm at low quality now. That would take me to medium quality. And let's just say like, if I use my 80D, that would be high quality. I think just going to medium would be okay for now, just like a little better. But we'll see. You know, we'll see. We'll see if this, if anyone watches this. See if I can make these a little more entertaining in the future. Oh, I almost X'd out of the live stream. Maybe that would have ended it. I have no idea. We'll go. We're just going with the flow. It's really exciting because it takes me back. So I started YouTube on this channel almost 3 years ago. And I remember like that excitement from uploading, editing, and doing all that was like super, it was super fun. And I'm kind of getting the same feeling from this, which is exciting. It's like, I'm excited over 6 likes, 7 people watching right now, and just doing something I don't know a lot about. But it's just cool. And whether it goes anywhere or not, it's one of those things like I want to try it. It's one of those things like you will get Like, I'm gonna be real here. We're gonna have a real talk. If you've made it 40 minutes into the stream, oh gosh. Like, being a YouTuber is not as respectable as maybe you would think. Like, I've had people just search my name on Google. Like, I'll be in a college class. This actually happened last quarter. I was working on a group project, and for some reason we were searching names on Google, and people were like searching their name, and I was like, oh, if you search mine, you'll probably find a lot of stuff. And they were like, what the heck? And then they started going through like all my Instagram, all my YouTube, and they're like showing the rest of the group like a video from 2 years ago. They're like, ha, look at Josh. But like, you know, it is what it is. But it's one of those things, if I didn't do, I know I'd regret it. So you just got to kind of go for it. And it is really fun for me to do. Kind of going back, like, I don't think I'm old. I know I'm not old, but I'm 20 right now. And I feel like the older I get, like, really, like, just the less I care about, like, getting made fun of. Especially, like, in high school, it's a little harder. At least it was hard for me. I felt really judged about, like, what people thought of me in high school. Because it's like you see the same group of people, like, every day. Like, if I rip my pants in math class, then everyone in the entire class every day is going to be like, hey, Josh, rip your pants again? I mean, going on a bit of a tangent here. But in college and in life and as you get into work, like if something happens, you're never going to see those people again, so it doesn't really matter. You know, if you're older than me, you're probably like, you already know what I'm talking about. This is the kind of stuff I'm figuring out in my life right now. I don't know why I have these back on. So I'm just kind of going for it. See how it goes. I'm going to cut this stream probably at an hour. Hold up. Oh, I forgot I have to read the chat. Excuse me. Haha, make that 9, my dude. We had 9 people on. That's insane. If we can hit double digits, like call up a friend, be like, yo, check out this guy. He doesn't know what he's doing, which makes it fun to watch. Get him to double digits. If we can hit 10 people on the first stream, I'll actually be pretty excited. How many people have viewed my Insta story? 42 people? We should have 42 people in the stream. No, I don't know if I'd join people's streams. That's fine. I appreciate everyone who's spending a Friday night just here hanging out. Probably more out of curiosity than anything else. Like, what is Josh doing? Not that I'm interesting, but the fact that you got a notification saying, I'm live. Also, I need to remember to look at the webcam. I feel like I've been looking kind of down. Like, I don't know, it feels different than looking at a camera. Because in a camera, I just stare at like this huge lens, super easy. But on a webcam, it's like a dot, and then below it is like a whole screen of my face and the entire field of view. So it's really hard not to look at myself. I don't know, like looking at myself feels more like I'm talking to someone. So it comes more natural, but I'll try and look more at the webcam. Also, again, I'm sorry I'm cheating on LaCroix. I love LaCroix. But this strawberry guava from Dasani is bomb. Like, really good. And I love the flavor guava, but I don't know if I've ever had like a guava, like a fruit. I eat a lot of like kind of less popular fruits. Like I really like pomegranate. It's pretty solid. Huge fan of pineapple, but I feel like that's kind of mainstream. But guava sounds good. How much is a guava? I mean, I love the flavor, like guava candy, guava this, guava that. I don't think I've ever had a guava. Can you just buy them in Walmart? Thanks. You know, I will look wherever I want. I'm figuring this out. First person to ever get a heart on Josh's live stream. Congratulations. That just makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. We're back up to 8 people. Come on, we got to get that double digits. If we get double digits, I'll feel like this was a successful stream. Even if you're not listening, just leave it running. If you get sick of the sound of my voice in the next 15 minutes, just leave the stream running. We got to get that double digits. But I wonder, is there a way to find this aside from your notifications? What if I open like an incognito tab? How do you spell that? Incognito. Why did I just search incognito? Okay, incognito window. What if I just search my name? Go to my YouTube. Oh, so it says live now on my homepage. That's kind of cool. Wow, that is a funny looking thumbnail. I did take a thumbnail because I figured it out right before I started streaming. I was like, oh, cool. We're at 9. We're at 9. For those of you that just know, we're at 8 again. Who did that? Who did that to me? No, but I started streaming and it was just like 3, 2, 1, like super fast. They just felt like half seconds. Then it snapped a photo of me like looking really puzzled and it made it the thumbnail automatically. But then later it gave me the option. It was like upload a thumbnail and I was like, oh, I'll do that. So I wanted to at least kind of like go with my videos. I want it to be somewhat clickable. So I just like grabbed. What? How did I? What? Whoa. Okay, here's this. Oh, it's behind my monitor. I was looking for the coffee. I literally just grabbed my coffee. I grabbed this camera and I was like, let's make a thumbnail. If we get to 10 viewers, I will take my shirt off on stream. No, I have no idea. It's more just a test. We're at 9 likes. If we can get 10 viewers and 10 likes, that's pretty solid. Honestly, we're at 9 people again. 9 and 9. I'm just glad, like, this is about 3 times more successful than I thought it would be. I assumed there would be like 3-ish, like fluctuate between like 2 to 4 people in the stream. But I feel like 9's not bad. I feel less alone. Yeah. Oh, we're at 10 likes. 10 likes. Thanks for letting me know. Look at that. 10 viewers, 10 likes. The dream. Oh, man. All right, let's try and get 100 viewers this stream. 100. We're going triple digits. Go big or go home. 11? What? Thanks so much for everyone joining. Oh, we're back to 10. Someone heard that. They're like, okay, this guy's just desperate. Oh, and we're back down to 9. But at one point in time, this stream had 11 people watching. First stream ever. Oh, I've been missing the chat. Which state are you from? I'm from Washington State. Beautiful. Come visit. Hello, Josh. Oh, hey. I actually remember you, Anna. I assume it's Anna, not Anna. Maybe it's Anna. I apologize. But yeah, I remember talking to you on Instagram. What's up? Thanks for checking out the stream. Thanks, Fishna. Is that Fishna? Thanks for vouching for me. 11 viewers at one point in time. I think if you rewatch it, you can see how many people were watching and like the likes and stuff. I think the chat pops up in real time. So that's pretty cool. So I think that is it's going down in history. First stream ever, 11 viewers. It is really so humbling though, and that's what I really like is what was I getting at? It's like 11 viewers, right? Like if I had 11 views on a YouTube video, it'd be kind of like, meh. But maybe that's because I'm spoiled now. And this kind of like is so humbling because I'm starting completely over. Like, yes, this is still on YouTube, but it's like a new thing. It's something I know I'm bad at and I can just work to improve on. So it's just, I don't know, just something about starting over. Like, it's not the new year yet, but maybe I'll make some sort of resolution to like stream once a week or once every other week or once a month or some sort of streaming resolution. It's just something I could work on. I think it'll just help me with like speaking in general. Like that's something I always want to work on. Definitely not the best public speaker or even camera speaker. So that'll be fun. I mean, right here it's an hour and I just have to sit here and keep a conversation almost entirely with myself. Although you guys have been awesome at like talking in the chat recently, which makes it a lot more fun and easy for me. So thanks. Hopefully it's more fun for you too. You can talk to me, ask me things. Yeah, Handy Hudsonite. I remember meeting you. I think I've actually like, I don't know, I commented on like one of your videos a month-ish ago. It was a while ago. I'm a little behind. I haven't actually been watching much YouTube or posting much on Instagram or my YouTube lately, so I apologize for that. But yeah, I totally remember you. How is everything going in your Christmas? My Christmas went pretty good. If everyone here doesn't celebrate Christmas, happy holidays, whatever holiday you celebrate. Or if you don't celebrate holidays, that's fine too. But I celebrate Christmas, and for my Christmas, it was very good. It's pretty low key. I didn't ask for a lot. I was talking about earlier, I got this jacket, which I've never owned a red jacket, but I love this jacket. You can't see anything right now, but it's like my favorite jacket. I'll probably be wearing it in videos in the future. Spent a lot of time with family. There's this card game I got for my family called Sushi Go. It's like $10. It's just a quick, relatively easy to learn card game, but it's super fun. So we played that for like hours. It was just a good time, good food. The combination of coffee and carbonated water made that weird sound. I apologize. But it was just a good time with family. We had fun. It's like good food. I'm terrible at cooking for myself at college, so it was really nice to come home to that. But yeah, it was just a good holiday. Ready for the New Year's. Got a few more things planned before I go back to school in early January, both on YouTube and in like my personal life. I want to try and get another trip, some sort of hiking or camping trip, even though it'll be freezing. I think it'll be super fun. But yeah, I mean, I'm doing pretty good right now. Do you edit on PC or Mac? So this is interesting, and I don't want to take too long on this. It's been it's been a live stream. It's been a long live stream. Maybe it'll go over an hour. I'm distracted by reading the chat and trying to talk. Shoot, like look at me. I just get so sidetracked. There's so much going on. Trying to talk about how many people are in the stream, trying to talk about what's going on with me, and then I end up reading these other questions and I completely lose my train of thought. I did on PC, and that's what I was getting at. I don't want to turn this into a PC versus Mac thing, but I did on PC, and I think Mac has a lot of good things going for it, especially in terms of like AirDrop from your phone to your computer, vice versa for doing like Instagram, YouTube. Like Mac has it down, but I still cannot fathom that they got rid of SD cards in their newest MacBooks, or SD card readers, excuse me. Like that just boggles my mind, because the MacBook, like especially the MacBook Pro, is such like it's for creators. It's for people to make things. And so many people that make things use SD cards. And don't tell me, hold on for just a sec. Like, don't tell me this is too thick for, like, you can't put a MacBook reader in there. That is redonkulous. This is so thin. So I don't know why that's gone. Dongles, I will never hop on board. Although now that's permanently on the record, huh? But I edit PC. Mac has a lot of good things going for it. Aside from the dongles, I think it's good. PC is kind of fun. I feel like you can get a better bang for your buck in terms of whether you build your own PC and get your own graphics card in there, or you buy something like I have. But I did on PC. Kind of just rambling now, but yeah, that's what I got. The chat's like filling up, so I'm just gonna start flying through these. Say Washington State and watching a comedy on Netflix where some characters are from Seattle. I read it's one of the most famous cities there. I think Seattle is from Washington. Yes, so I don't live in Seattle. I'm not in Seattle right now, but I go to school in Seattle. So 9 months out of the year, 9 months, maybe 8 months, 8.5. A good portion of the year I'm in Seattle. So yeah, I'm very familiar. So much good hiking. I love the city. It's just an awesome area. If you go to Washington, it's probably where you want to visit. I'm from Eastern Washington personally, and it's just like the desert. Like there are tumbleweeds around where I live. And then the other side of Washington has like tons of water and green vegetation. Wait, coffee coffee and carbonated water. Is that a thing? That is absolutely not a thing to the best of my knowledge. But I have coffee and I'm like kind of dehydrated. I haven't really drank anything today. So I was drinking this along with it. They're definitely not mixed. I don't know how I feel about that. But it was just like, I love carbonated water, like LaCroix's, Dasani's. That is my bread and butter. But separate, not separate. Yeah. No. We celebrate Christmas too. Yep. I mean, not the same in USA, but yep. Our vacations are 24th December to 6th of January. We started to celebrate Santa Claus 24th, but we keep having the Three Kings Day, 6th January. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm honestly always so interested in seeing how other people just like celebrate their holidays and their traditions. I think like there's so many different ways of living, and some are like very similar, some are very different. But I think it's just so interesting to see how other people live. And like one of the things, especially in the past couple years, we're going on a tangent, is I'm so fascinated. Excuse me. I'm so fascinated by seeing how other people just live their life in general, whether that's their career, whether that's how much time they dedicate to school, or whether they do a trade instead of going to college. Like there's so many different ways to live your life, and especially with like the creation of the internet and all this stuff coming out, like people make a living doing what I'm doing. I don't, but some people do, which is like absurd to think about. And people start their own businesses. Like there's just so many ways to make money, especially if you're creative, and not even in the sense of like doing something artistic, but if you're just creative in like how you make a business. Like people make a business streaming, making videos, they make a website, they write blogs. Like there's just so many things you would think that people make music. Like there's so many, those are all creative examples, but there's so many things like people do to make money. And it's just so fascinating for me, especially as like I see all these things. I see people in college taking all these different paths. It's just super interesting. I love seeing how people live their life. And I think there is no right way to live your life, you know? It's just interesting. I find it like is incredibly fascinating. I also love to know how other people celebrate things. Yeah, I mean, celebrations are just like I was talking earlier. Like things like that are just interesting. Just people are interesting. Generic as that says. Also, we're at 12 people right now. Thank you guys so much for spending your Friday with me. Friday night, I mean, you guys probably have so many other fun things planned, but you decided to tune into my live stream. This is an amateur live stream. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I really appreciate it. So thank you. Oh man, phone battery's about to die and the clock is 0150. Good night and Happy New Year. Hey, thanks. Happy New Year too. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you acting with me in the chat, interacting with me in the chat. Made it fun. Have a good one. Hey, how are you keeping? Nice to see you. I'm doing pretty good. I'll get everyone up to speed who's new here because a lot of these people have not been here since the beginning. This is my first ever live stream. I've made many mistakes if you rewatch this, but you know, we're figuring it out. I just kind of jumped in it today, figuring things out as I go. But it's been a good time. I'm new to this, but I'm enjoying it. This is definitely not the last one. So I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to try and have themes, maybe topics. I was saying earlier I might just tell stories from my life on later streams. So like I'll title it like my biggest I'm trying not to give too much away. My biggest photography blunder, and then talk about how I've like screwed up shoots or something like that. Could be fun. I have to be careful not to give too much away about some of this stuff. But I've made my fair share of mistakes, and I think it's fun to hear about them. Maybe not mine. Oh, can't touch my desk, or it looks like there's an earthquake. But it's just interesting to hear about them, like how other people have like gotten to where they are. So that's kind of a theme I've been talking about the past 10 minutes is like, I'm so fascinated. Like maybe this is just me growing up and being boring, but like podcasts, like stories, like I've messaged people who are in the video creation career and just sat down and had coffee with them, and just hearing how they got to where they're at is one of the most fascinating things in the world. Like, it is so, I just love hearing how people, like, there's no set trajectory. There's so many ways to get to where you want to be, and it's just so interesting. 15 people? Oh my gosh. I was going to quit it in an hour, but I guess we'll just keep going. Yeah, I mean, I've got nothing else to do right now. Pretty lame Friday night. Or it would be if I wasn't live streaming. I thought I'd make some videos about Spain traditions. If you're interested, I will share it to you. Yeah, I mean, you can DM me on Instagram. You could, honestly, you can drop a link in the comments. I'm probably not supposed to say that. Like, people shouldn't use it to promote stuff, but go for it. It's a tiny stream. We're all friends here. DM me, drop it in the comments, whatever. I'd love to see it. What time is it at your place? So I'm in Washington. That is Pacific Standard Time in the US of A. And it is 4:54 p.m. And it's almost 2 a.m. over in Spain. So that's kind of cool. If you're up at almost 2 a.m. watching this, oh my gosh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Actually, I guess I forgot. It's not Friday for everyone. Saturday for some people, but don't think it's Thursday for anyone. But found your review for Road Might Go a couple weeks ago. Appreciate that work and planning you put into your videos. What is your pre-production process like? That's a fun question. So let's I'm gonna deep dive a little. I can't touch my desk or like shakes. I'll deep dive a little into my pre-production process for making videos. So when I started, and this is going a little bit back. I guess when I started as a gaming channel, for those of you that don't know, and I was watching gaming streams, which got me into watching streams, which is why I'm streaming now. But back then it was like, there wasn't much of a pre-production process. It'd be me, a couple friends online, and we'd be like, I'm going to record, and then we'd just play the game and make each other laugh, and no one really watched those videos, but it was fun to make. And then I started doing I got the laptop that I'm using right now, and I did a review on it, and that review I think was 95% scripted. I had no idea how to talk to a camera. So I just scripted everything. I tried to make it sound really professional, but the quality was really unprofessional. So it was just this weird video. One of my favorite comments, if you look on some of my old videos, not all of them are still public, but there's one video in particular where someone says it looks like, what was it? I don't want to offend anyone, but they said it looks like I'm being held hostage or something like that. I think they said it looks like someone's holding a gun to your head. And I was sitting there hello, my name is Josh Winiarski. And it was so rigid and stiff like a board. It was the comment made me crack up because it was so true. So when I started, it was heavily scripted. And then after a while, it wasn't even fun. I'd mess up lines, try to say them 3 times, these big chunks of text. And I was like, that's dumb. It's not fun. It's not me. And no one likes it. So then I de-scripted them. And this was over 2 years ago, probably. So this was a while ago. And now it's more an outline. I'll be okay, this is the title. Let's get 5 bullet points I want to talk about. And, it might only be half a Word document of just bullet points, 10 bullet points or something like that. And I'll be this is what I want to talk about. Just make sure I don't forget anything, and then go through it. I look at the bullet point and I'll be okay, we're talking about, I'll just do it live right now. I'll grab this. This is a 24 millimeter lens. So a bullet point could say talk about the aperture. So I'd be all right, so this is the 24 millimeter prime made by Canon. It has a 2.8 aperture. Now, what does that mean? It means it's going to let in a lot of light. Compared to something like a kit lens, you can get 2 to 4 times as much light depending on how much you're zoomed in. So it'd be something like that. It's I really don't script much. It's very rough outline. Actually, I have to check my math on that one though. It's 5.6, 4 times as much light not let in. I don't know. I'd have to check it. So something like that. I make sure my facts are right, but that's kind of like the process. And then this live stream, this was like, oh, this was not, there's almost nothing for this. I like came up with the title and then I realized I had to do a thumbnail and then I kind of just went live, which is why the quality's not great. I did set up lights though. Like I put thought into it. I want you to know I put work into this, but it's very loosey goosey. Kind of just, I'm figuring things out. Like I didn't even know I could insert ads. Watch. So I just clicked an ad. So if you're watching it now, after I've streamed it, there should be an ad there. If you want to do me a solid and watch that, maybe I make money. I have no idea how streaming works. So this one, I just jumped into it. But it's definitely like learning as I go, right? Like I still wish I was better at talking to a camera and just talking in general. Like on this stream, like you'll realize I just mix up words and I do some ums and ahs, but I guess when you're talking for an hour live, that just happens. I mean, I'm just a kid. Actually, that's not true. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm 20. I'm an adult, whatever that means. I feel like a kid though. In my mind, I'm still like 16, except for I can do other things like drive. I guess you can drive at 16. You get my point. I don't script either. I'm in high school. My film class, I got a B+ on my final because I didn't include pre-production. Dang. You know, want to hear something that's really, I don't know if it's sad. Like this isn't, feel bad for Josh. My high school had no video production, media, like any classes like that whatsoever. Like none. So everything I know, I've learned. So I started YouTube probably when I was like 10 or 11, and I had like an old channel that's like long dead and gone now, but I started then. And then in senior year of high school, I actually started this channel. And let me just fidgeting. This is really good. This is Keurig coffee, which some people would be offended by. So easy to make though. I'm home for the holidays. Leave me alone. It tastes good. It gets the job done. But I started this channel senior year. Look at me. I just get distracted. What was I talking about? See, this is the stuff I need to work on. Stuff like being live. I just lose my train of thought. I like read the chat. Like this guy said, I'm 32 and I still feel as a kid. I hope I feel that way as 32. Congratulations. And then I start drinking coffee. And then I look and I see 17 people viewing, 13 likes. Like there's a lot going on. I need to filter it and focus on what I'm saying. What was the question I was talking about? Oh, see, I get so distracted. I'm glad the chat's here. I was talking about what? No video production, no media classes in high school. So senior year, I was like playing a lot of video games. I've told this before. And I loved like playing video games. Like me and my friends would get on, we'd play till like 3 a.m. on Friday night. Like it was so much fun. But after a while, it was kind of like, it just felt like I was wasting my time. Or it's like I had all this time. And believe me, as you get older, time is like the most precious asset. Like all I wish I had now was more time. But I had all this time and I was like, I'm having fun, but what if I did something with that time? And then the gears start turning, right? It's like, what could I do? Well, I love watching YouTube videos. Like I think most people my age love YouTube as like a whole. Like I know some people are on the fence about social media, but they like YouTube. So I was like, what if I started a YouTube channel? And what if I just started learning about cameras, making videos, like being creative, all this stuff? And then I just did it. And that's what I'm like, I feel like I'm pretty good at, and I wasn't always good at, but I've definitely improved at, is it's like, if you want to do something, you might get made fun of, you might fail miserably, but if you want to do something, you just got to go do it. Cause like, there's not a better time. If I'm, I don't know, it's here, and this is just how I think of things in my head. But let's say I'm like 30. I got a wife. I got 2 kids. It's hard to start a YouTube channel. It's not impossible. It's definitely not impossible by any means, but it's a little harder than when you're 18 and in high school. Like it is definitely like, that is the most free time. In high school, I felt really busy, but compared to college, I had so much more free time. It makes me realize how busy I wasn't. If that makes sense. So if you want to do something, we're getting all inspirational now. But like there's no better time normally than the present because things just get harder. If you get a full-time job, if you get I don't know, like if you have a kid and all of a sudden on Saturdays you're going to his soccer games, like that's awesome. But it's harder to start something new. Maybe it's riskier if you're trying to do something business related. So like normally the present is a good time, or if you like know you're gonna have time coming up, it's like don't get distracted. So like I know I've got a break right now. I'm not taking classes. I'm like home with family. It's like there's not a better time than to just hop on streaming. Like I might fail miserably, I might make a fool of myself, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because it might just work out. It might be something really fun, something that just improves me as a person. I can learn a lot. I can learn how to speak. I can learn how to be live, maybe be a little entertaining, learn how to recover from my mistakes. So I'm doing it. And, I'm not the best. There's a lot of things not ready. This is not a high quality stream, but I'm glad I'm doing it. It's fun. And I'm already excited for the next one. We've got 16 people who just want to spend their Friday listening to me talk, listening to me flap my gums. And I'm very appreciative of that. I think it's fun. We can make this a somewhat regular thing, I think. I started a few months ago. My wife supports me a lot. See, that's so cool because it is one of those things that it's so hard, like, when you don't have that support from people. Like I said, I've been like some of my friends, pretty much everyone, honestly, like especially when you start, they're gonna be like, oh, we've got PewDiePie over here. Like this guy thinks he's gonna be famous. Like not a lot of people, and maybe I am speaking from personal experience, but no one thinks you're gonna make it. It's like anything. Like if you told someone you're gonna be an actor, it's like, okay, Steve Carell, okay, Will Ferrell, Will Smith over here. Like, good luck with that. But you never know until you try. And if it's something you enjoy doing, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if you make it or not. Because if you enjoy doing it, it's like that's what I like about YouTube. It's like, will it be my career? Maybe. I don't know. That story hasn't been told yet. But I enjoy making it. So I enjoy the grind. I love the little details and nitpicking, making things. Sometimes they get a lot of views, sometimes they don't. But while I'd love to make money and have some cool experiences from YouTube, I'm okay if I don't. Like there are other things that make me happy. It's just I enjoy the process of making videos. And I think that's something you really have to do if it's a platform or just something you want to succeed on. You can't be set on you can't let the views and the likes and the comments determine your happiness from it. And that's really hard. Like there's definitely been times when I felt like bad about YouTube and myself and like no one really supports you. It is like it's a hard thing. You're very vulnerable. Like right now, everything I say, you guys could just totally bash me for. That's something I work on, you get better at. And it can be very fun. I'm in a good place now. I really enjoy it. It's a good time. But it is hard. I think being creative and doing anything where you're vulnerable. See, I can't even talk. Now it's like, I can't talk. Anything you're vulnerable like that. It's fun, but having support makes such a difference, like a huge difference. I heard in USA in high schools they have filming, photography clubs, sports clubs. In Spain, we'd like to have that to know what to do in the future. Yeah. So we had a photography class in high school. I didn't take it. I kind of wish I had. I started photography like right after high school, right after I got out of high school. I did a little before that, but I wasn't serious about like learning manual settings and editing. But I kind of wish I had. But at the same time, I think like I've taken a photography class in college and I've learned like a lot on my own. At the same time, I think if it's something you want to do, you'll just find a way. And you can only learn so much in the classroom. Like the 4.0 kid in the photography class might be really passionate, but there could also be someone who's never taken a class who's better, who just put in like 3 times as many hours on their own. So I wouldn't worry too much about classes. But I do wish I'd taken one in high school. Might have set me on the right track earlier to something I want to do. So when I really started to figure out like videos and photography are when I started to decide there's more to life than math and science. Math and science is super rad. but like being creative is very fulfilling to me, and it's a very difficult thing to do. Like be creative successfully, you know. I think there's like a phrase that like good design goes unnoticed, or it's good design if you don't notice it. And I think that's very true because it's good you don't notice it as much as if it's bad. Sorry, I was looking at my window there. I thought someone was coming over to my house. Uh, yeah. Again, wow. I feel like I'm rambling a lot, but I don't know. So many things going on. Like I'm watching this. Like I don't know if you noticed when I'm talking. Like I'll talk for 3 minutes and I watch the viewers go like down or up, and it's like all happening right here. And it's like, oh, gotta wrap this up. I just lost 5 viewers. It's kind of funny. Okay. So deaf possible. Though I'm not popular, who cares? I do what I like. That's honestly like the best attitude to have. And I think if you're just like if you are yourself, people are gonna like that the best. It's definitely hard, especially if you watch a lot of YouTubers who do the same thing as like maybe they'll like let's say Casey Neistat, for instance, right? Let's get like the class A example of like what everyone wants to be in 2020. He does all these things. It's hard not to copy him if you've watched like 100 of his videos. But being yourself, just like doing what you like, having fun with it, just the way to do things. I need to honestly. I don't know if there's like a party going on outside. I need to close my blinds because I'm watching all these cars, and it's just like completely distracting me. Let's see. I have a lot of these. Also been watching these pile up. I need to pay less attention. Maybe I need to close them when I'm talking. I need to like get rid of all this stuff. There's so many things popping up. It's like the likes go up, the viewers go down as I start to ramble. There's like cars outside. I've got notifications on this monitor. I've got chat right here. It's crazy. But it's something I'm going to work on, and I'm excited. Like I said, I'm just here to learn and hopefully have some fun. I think this would be a fun thing to do in the morning, though. I was talking about that, like a half hour ago. But like you wake up at 7 a.m. and I'm here to talk to you. Like I don't expect you to be watching, but you can. But kind of like a podcast. Like See, look at me screwing up. I listen to podcasts in the morning. I had like a long commute this past quarter at college. I listen to a lot of podcasts. So I think it could be something like that. Like this is morning coffee with Josh. Today's topic is Sony versus Canon. Did it look like I freeze there? I kind of tried to stay as still as possible. You didn't lose connection. We're still here. No, I wouldn't do Sony versus Canon. I get that question a lot, and it's so silly. Like, it makes sense. I get it. I'm a very technical person. Like, everyone wants to get the best specs for their money. But a camera is so much different than, like, a computer. So, like, when I got my laptop, I was like, I want a GTX 1060 graphics card. I want the Core i7. I want the 16 gigs of RAM. And that is objectively better than something that has worse specs. But a camera is a little different. If you get a camera, give me just a sec. So you get a camera like this. So this is my baby. This is my Canon 80D. You get something like this. There are specs, right? But then there's things like maybe it focuses faster. Right? That's not something you see on the box. You see the megapixels, you see the photos per second. But you don't see, the focus speed or the focus accuracy or the ergonomics. How does it feel? I have a video on my channel if you haven't watched it. I spent like 35 hours without sleep. I climbed a mountain at midnight, gripping this with my right hand for 14 hours straight, just holding it. I want an ergonomic camera, gosh dang it. That matters to me. Also, look at this battery. This is the LPE6. This is a Canon battery. This thing is insane. It lasts so long. They're just easy to use. They're reliable. That's something you don't see on the box or when you're looking on a website, when you're comparing cameras. Like double the battery life is a big thing for me. So, there's more to specs. You could be like, you know, this camera's less noisy. This camera's got better low light. Like, I don't know. It's just different. There are a lot of things that could be considered. Oh, color science. There we go. People are like, this camera has better colors. It might not, but you know, just find something that works for you. Okay, this chat is so, oh my gosh, I'm like so behind. We're gonna fly through these. I'm going to have a photography class as I'm so bad at understanding all the stuff behind it. So that's a great thing. Like, I took a photography class after I had learned a lot on my own and like from the internet and from talking to people. And that class for me wasn't the best use of my time. I learned a lot in terms of just like composing things, putting a little more thought into images, making them like, I think at one point you did like, you put 5 images together and you make the images go together to tell a story or like color coordinate, which is something that's very applicable. Like, you know, look at a website, look at Instagram. Like a feed looks good when the feed's like color coordinated. There's a little bit of extra thought put into it. Something you don't notice as an observer, maybe consciously, but it's still there. You're like, this feed looks good. I don't know why, but it does. That was one of the bigger things I got out of my class. But if you're having trouble understanding, then a class is a great way talking to people. Like, I cannot tell you how long I've spent trying to solve things on my own, being like hunkered down, looking at the computer, Googling things, when it would have been much easier if I could have just been like, hey, how do I do this? Or staying after class, being like, hey, teach. Be a little more respectful than that. But, hey, teach, can you show me how to do this? And they'd be like, yeah, sure. I think that'd be awesome. I think that's a very fast way to learn. And everyone learns different too. So, you know, I think it's a great idea. Okay. We got to take photos, make some vids together. Now that I got my own equipment when I get back to Seattle, man. Yes, Robbie, thank you for tuning in. If you're still here, wow, you've been here a while because I saw that a while ago. But thank you. Yeah, we totally should. Let's do it. Let's do it. You can be on the stream if you want. Lucky you. I wish I could have so many creative clubs. Yeah. I will say, like, one of the big things that was that's very difficult for me is being creative. It took me a while to find people who kind of get what I'm doing. Like, I spent a lot of time, and it sounds like a little sad, but I was enjoying it. But just a lot of time, like, alone, like learning alone, like doing things for myself. And I think if you do that, it shows you're passionate. But it's not the same as like having someone who you show an image or go shoot images with or make a video with, and they're like, yes, and they understand you and you understand them, and you're just like, this is so cool. We made this. We did this. Like, that's awesome. Finding a community is like super important. So clubs, classes are probably a great way to do that. I have issues finding any classes in Ireland. So yeah, you guys in the US are really lucky. Yeah, no, I mean, I think I live in a very fortunate just area, like United States, but like Washington, going to school in Seattle specifically. I'm very blessed. But like I said, my high school did not have any film classes. It did have a photography class. But you know, if you had none of that, it is unfortunate. Like, not everyone like has as many opportunities. But I will say, like, the majority of what I learned is, I'd say 90% of what I've learned is from the internet or like books. I actually do have a couple books I've looked at. The other 10% is just working with other people. So whether that is through clubs, through jobs, or, you know, just a friend, that's like probably another 10% of the pie. But a lot of it you can learn online. Check out my YouTube channel. No, I mean, there's a lot of better ones out there too. But I've definitely got a lot of tutorials. I try and make it a little bit entertaining, a little bit fun. But you can definitely do it. You can definitely do it without classes or clubs or, you know. And I think if you're passionate, anything's possible. Let's have a little Disney phrase there. But like when I started, I didn't know anyone. Like, a lot of my friends were like, I think the term they used was, he's a fake YouTuber. So I had like, you know, after a year, I had like, I can't remember the number. I should be able to, like 50 subs or something after 50 videos. You know, No one really wants to watch. I'm not very entertaining. My videos aren't very good. But I just kept learning on my own, and now I have 12 people in a stream, so take that. Yeah, you can definitely learn on your own. Again, I give these roundabout answers. I just love, I don't know, maybe I talk so much. I like it though. And I like sharing my story because I think I haven't taken a very traditional path either. And I love hearing other people who have taken different paths to get to where they're at. I just think it's important to be like, it's never too late. There's a lot of ways, like, if you want to be a doctor, probably should go to med school or some sort of doctor school. I think it's med school. If you want to be an engineer, you probably have to go to engineering school. But like business, entrepreneurship, creativity, photography, filmmaking, school's great. School is a great place to do it, but it's not the only way to do it. You normally don't need some certificate, some piece of paper to let you in, to let you try. But a lot of time that does help. But if you're passionate, I don't think you need it. All right, where are we at? It is your first streaming, not bad. Number of people in chats. Yeah, no, I'm blown away that we have been in the double digits for maybe 45 minutes now of people watching. Watch is like 2 people just leave right now. We're at 11, so we're barely hanging on. But yeah, no, the chat's great. I mean, you guys can definitely use the chat if you want to like connect with people. Like if someone says, I'm from Ireland, and you're like, oh shoot, I'm from Ireland. Like, use the chat for that. Or just connect with people, DM someone if you like them in the chat. You see them here every Friday. If I do this every Friday, it's a good place for that. But yeah, it's going great. I'm enjoying the stream. Definitely feel more comfortable than I did an hour ago. So that's good. Getting some practice in. And now that the chat's active, it feels like I'm actually having a conversation. I have stuff to talk about. Josh, do you think photography is a good career path? With more hobbyists and phone cameras getting better, do you think it's a stable career in the future? That's a good one. It's a really good one. And I have an interesting answer because my answer is different than it would have been 6 months ago or even a year ago. One, I think photography can be a good career path, but I think it is a very, very difficult one. So if you're not one of those super passionate people, it's probably not something you should put all your eggs into. Like all your eggs should not be in the photography basket if you're not like pretty set on doing it. Because especially, so here's the thing. If you hand someone a DSLR, their pictures aren't by default good. But technology is aiding that more and more. So with things like this camera is the dual pixel autofocus. Back in the day, you would have had to have someone to manually focus your camera. Now your camera can pretty much do perfect face tracking on its own. And that goes for, well, let's make sure it's on photography. Photography cameras have eye tracking now. They have all these things. So anyone who picks up a DSLR, like you'll learn things along the way. There's settings, there are little tricks you'll learn, but they can get pretty good at focusing, The camera can get pretty good at auto exposing. But the camera can't do framing, it can't do composition, it can't anticipate things. And it's still wrong a lot of the time. So I think it'll never be like the camera will never make the photographer, but it is more difficult now than ever before to separate yourself from like everyone else. And now you've got cameras like phones. My phone's old, but new phones have 3 lenses. They have better low light than ever before. So the gap between a phone and a DSLR is closing. Now, I don't think it'll ever close. Like, I don't even think it'll be the same. And even if it was, I think there's still jobs in photography. But I think making like a very, let's just say, like making $100,000 a year, it's probably pretty difficult as a photographer. Making $60,000 might be more reasonable, and this is US I'm talking, and these numbers will change over time. It is like a lower, I think most photographers, like this is just simple statistics, right? If you look up how much a photographer makes, it's going to be lower than a lot of other jobs. But some people do make it very, very big because there are things that a camera can't do. It can't figure out how light's going to wrap around the face. It can't position subjects. It can't get that person to smile perfectly and laugh while looking into her husband's eyes. Like, there are so many aspects that a camera can't do. Like, that's the viewers went up as I got talking about that. So I think it is going to be a difficult career path, but also people always are going to want photographers, right? Like, if you're getting married, if you're getting engaged, if you're I love how that I run out of ideas there. Which is like couples photos, family photos, Christmas card photos. And this is just portraits we're talking. There will always be people who want these, and they're always going to want the best they can get. So as long as you're better than a person off the streets, I think you'll have jobs. But I think it is becoming a more tricky career. But that being said, there are other ways to maybe supplement that income, like maybe by doing YouTube or a podcast. Or like you could maybe work at a camera shop, let's just say 30 hours a week, and do part-time as a photographer 20 hours a week, and or just do shoots on the weekends and make good money. I'm trying to be, how do I put this? I don't think it's a bad career, but I think it is. You need to be conscious that it is a difficult career. I'm not going to sugarcoat that, right? Like, you can definitely, right now, if you're like decent at photography, you could probably get a job and you could probably make money, but it might not be as much as you could doing a lot of other things. So if you're really passionate, you might not care. Like, if you're making 10,000, 20,000 less than you could doing something else. If you love photography, then you might just be the happiest man ever making, X amount when you could have been making this much being an accountant or something like that. But also, if you're really passionate, you might be really good and you could make more. But I think at the end of the day, it just comes down to, again, look, this is a 20-year-old talking, what the heck do I know? If you really enjoy it and you're very conscious of how much you can make and how good you are and where you can be a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, then it might be a good career path. But I think you need to realize it shouldn't be the highest paying job, right? Like, you're not going to make as much as an engineer, probably a doctor, unless you were that top 5%. But I also think, you can do it. People do it. People are going to continue to do it. It is not a job that's going to disappear, as far as I know, anytime soon. It'd be easy for me to give you the answer, like, look at me shaking everything. Like, yeah, do it. Follow your dreams. That's what I'm kind of doing right now. I'm following my dreams. I'm trying all these things that I think I want to do. But also, if you're not active, so if you're like, is this a good career path? And I know nothing about you. I can't even remember the name of the person who said that. Fishna. There it is. So I know nothing about you. If you are super passionate, if you're better than me at photography, if you're already booking people like on the weekends as like a side job, or like maybe you're in high school and you're doing it, or maybe you're in college, whatever. Like, if you're actively doing it right now, then it might just turn out to be a career, just over time. But I also think if you're the type of guy who wants to be a photographer, but isn't willing to give up, like, maybe your entire Saturday. So let's say you worked 5 days a week, did school 5 days a week, whatever. If you can't give up like most of your free time to pursue it, then it might be very difficult to be successful at it. It's kind of like YouTube. Like, a lot of people don't realize how much time goes into like doing YouTube. And it's like, if you're not willing to grind it out for nothing other than the satisfaction you get from making the video, like, if you aren't willing to do it for $0 and like a couple views, then it might not be the best thing for you, because you will have to put in a lot of time for a long time for very little reward. But if you enjoy it, it doesn't matter, It's kind of a roundabout answer, but I think if you know yourself, if you're self-aware, go for it. Go for it. Or try it out. Do it part-time. But I also think if you're seriously considering it as a career and you haven't booked a photo shoot before, you haven't posted on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, like whatever, found people that need photos. If you haven't tried before, whether that's for free, whether that's paid, you should probably get on that and see what happens. But sooner is always better than later. Like if you're considering it, go hard. Go hard for a week. Go hard for a month. Go hard for 6 months. Try and book as many people as you can. Try and spend a lot of your free time and see if it's something you could see yourself doing long term. That's my advice. That's a long answer. And now I'm way behind on the chat again. For podcasts, take a look at Anchor. Platform goes to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and you can add sponsors on Anchor. Yeah, I've heard about Anchor. A lot of the podcasts I listen to, people have said they use Anchor. I listen on Spotify, but other people are doing other things. But yeah, I'd love to do a podcast. But a podcast is one of those things I feel like I need a co-host or guests because I don't know if I can talk for an hour. I mean, I've been talking here for an hour and 35, but it's a little different because I have input. It's a bit of a conversation going now. Had a rocky start, but now it's like a conversation going and you give me ideas. So I'd love to do a podcast, but I feel like I can't do it alone. So if anyone wants to help me out, let me know. DM me on Instagram. I actually have to pee so bad right now. I've been drinking all this coffee and LaCroix, or Dasani, excuse me. What's your input on Canon since having the 80D and released their 90D and all other product? I'm going to speed these up. How many people will I lose if I use the restroom? I'm going to use the restroom real quick. There's 12 people now. Let's see if there's 10 when I get back. I don't know how long I'm going to do this for, but we'll see. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're back. Still 12 people. Wow. I appreciate it. Okay, let's see. Where was I? I need to fly through these. There's some about the 80D and the 90D. Let me type some real quick. Where's my phone? Give me just a sec. Hang on for just a sec. All right, we're back. I don't know why I keep putting these headphones on. What's your input on Canon since having the 80D and the release of the new 90D and all other products? So when the 90D came out, and like when it was very early rumored, I'm taking these off. It didn't have 24 frames per second. And I've worked on a few short films over the past year and stuff like that where 24 is the standard. And if I want to do something cinematic on my channel, I shoot in 24 frames per second. So it was a little weird. I think right now, if you're deciding, probably the 90D makes more sense. And I'm a little hesitant to say that. But what's the price difference? Like $300 right now. Like if you're looking for a camera and you're going to use it for 2, 3, 4 years, probably makes sense to just go with the 90D over the 80D. But I think if you have the 80D, it sounds like I'm saying ADD. If you have the 80D, doesn't make a ton of sense to upgrade to the 90D because you're going to lose some value when you resell your 80D or whatever. The 90D is just like an incremental upgrade. So like personally, my next camera is going to be very, very likely full frame because I want to make a big jump instead of paying a bunch of money for a little jump. But I think the 90D is better, and I'm excited they added 24 frames per second because I love the 80D and it's just a better version. But yeah, it has like 4K, right? I kind of stopped paying attention to it. It's got like 4K with a crop, and like I think it has some massive like 30 megapixel sensor. Sensor like 31.5 maybe. Is that what it was? 32.5, which is insane. That's cool. But it's still crop sensor. Okay. About studies, I have a question. Okay, stupid question. There are no stupid questions. How did I just... Okay, stupid question. I see you have a quick release on your camera. How do you store it when it's not on the tripod? Quick release is not flat, so it can't stand on the desk. That is a funny question. I wouldn't say stupid, though. So here's what he's talking about. I have a plate. I want to put it on a tripod. I go like this, and I go like this, and then it's just on the tripod. It's rock solid. That'd be really embarrassing if that fell right now. Then if you want to pop it off the tripod, just like that, almost knocked over the tripod, and you're good to go. Very handy. I normally just leave it on my camera. Yeah, it doesn't sit flat on a desk or anything, but I can live with that. Okay. By the way, love your Instagram. We spoke there a couple times. I'm sorry I don't recognize your name, but actually a lot of people DM me on Instagram. Who just messaged me? But thanks. I'm glad you like my Instagram. Thanks for coming over to the stream. I appreciate it. Sounds good, man. Keep up the grind. You know I will. I'm learning from your vids, and I bought my camera because of you. That feels awesome. Do I say a lot? Maybe I'll have to fix that. We're living and learning. I might watch back part of this stream, not the full thing. Can't imagine anyone's going to watch the full thing. But if you've been here the full time, that's awesome. You know, we're just hanging out. Friday nights, baby. No, that's awesome you bought your camera, though, because of me. Because, like, I was the same way. Like, I remember watching one of my first photography YouTubers I watched was Josh Katz, not me. His last name is Katz, K-A-T-Z, Josh Katz. And he was a huge inspiration. I actually watched his skateboarding videos, and then he got into photography. And at some point, I got into photography, and I used to skate. I'm kind of a poser. I think I'm okay, but I'm, like, not good at skating. Like, I can do kickflip, pop, shove it, ollie. We're losing viewers. They're dropping like flies with my boring rant. But I was watching him. I was into skating, and then he got into photography. And then, like, at some point, I got into photography, and it was like, I don't know, he kind of got me into it. But that's great. You're learning because of me. It feels good. It feels good. It's kind of surreal. It's like they taught me. Now I teach you. Then you can teach someone. Let's get the views up. LOL. Let's get them to 50 plus. If we had 50 people on this stream, I don't know. Come up with some dares or something I should do if we get 50 people. I don't think we're going to. Things are kind of dying down, you know. I don't expect anyone to stay here that long. But thanks for stopping by just for a little bit. But 50 plus. I'll tell you, if we ever somehow get triple digits on a YouTube stream, I'll be very excited. Very excited. But I don't expect that. You know, I have no expectations. I'm going to do my best. I want to try and improve. But we'll just see what happens. Okay, I need to get through these. The list is getting longer, and I'm not going through them fast enough. I'm curious. In Spain, for photo or filming, many people prefer 2-year studies, more practical and cheaper. Why USA? People always prefer university. A lot of people take a bunch of different routes. University is just a very common thing in the US. 4 years, get your degree, have some fun, and get out. Hopefully you learn a lot. I think it's just like a standard, right? Like a lot of people do 2 years too. There are 2-year programs. There are apprenticeships you can do. There are a lot of ways to get to a lot of places. I'm not really sure why. I think it's just kind of tradition. Like if your parents go for 4 years, they expect you to go for 4 years. Or if they didn't go and you get the chance to go to college, then they want you to go 4 years. It's just how it is. I don't really know why. It looks better on paper and it makes you look better. Yeah, well, that's a good way to answer it, Andrew. So, like, if you have some sort of paper, some sort of proof, that's better than saying, like, if I just say right now, I'm a photographer, they're like, what makes you a photographer? What makes you better than some guy off the streets? And I would say, oh, here's my portfolio. Think some guy off the streets can do that? And they might be like, yeah, I do. And I'd be like, oh, okay. Or they might be like, wow, that's good. But if you have a certificate or something that says like if you have something that just says like artistic design degree, I just made that up. That seems official. It's like, okay, this person learned something. They have the seal of approval, which not everyone would have. He didn't wash his hands. Ew, LOL, haha, JK. I actually did wash my hands. But I was like running back in here. They might have been wet, but I assure you it was soap and water. But also, there's not time to always wash your hands. You know, sometimes you gotta. I need to stop. It sounds like I'm like covering it up now. We just got another like for that, so we're at 18 likes. The more I go on, it feels like the more I'm defending. Like, I did wash my hands. Busted. I did wash my hands, so I'm pretty clean. Although, it's always kind of awkward when, like, so you're peeing in a urinal, right? Like, in a bathroom. And some guy comes up right next to you. And then you finish, like, around the same time. And you go to the sink and he just goes out the door. Like, that's always like, okay, then. Okay. Thank you, Tyrion. It's really reassuring. My family is very critical of liberal arts. I'm sure you'll be able to follow your dreams too. Yeah, no, like I've said before, it's really tough. Pursuing anything creative or anything in general is really tough without support. I think people don't realize how much support means. Well, there's also the fact that, like, when someone says, hey, Josh, you can't do this, I'm like, what did you say? What? I'm going to go all week without sleep just to prove you wrong. Not everyone has that attitude, but that's one of the things that kind of fires me up. But it's also like it is hard. Like, there's two ways of looking at it. Like, sometimes it's like, what did you say? You think I can't bench this? Ah! But then, like, you know, if it's like, if your parents or your family or your friends are like, don't pursue that, that's actually like pretty heartbreaking. But there's two ways of looking at it. Like, you can, you know, I don't know. I digress. But don't let people put you down. And if you want to try something, if you want to try streaming, have no idea what you're doing, and you know, you just want to go for it, do it. If you want to do photography, try it. Just put everything into it for some amount of time and just see what happens. See if it's something you want to do, see if it's something you want to pursue. It's my best advice. As someone who has tried many things, failed at many things, and changed his mind many times, that's my best advice. 4 years bachelor degree is more prestigious than a 2-year associate's degree, even if it's a practice like photography. Yeah, I mean, like, the more years you're in school, pretty much always the better. Thank you for the comment on the 80D, 90D thing. No problem. In my opinion, film school is more for people who want to make connections. It's a good point. I've never been to film school. I know about it. I don't know a ton about it. Never been there. Don't have any firsthand experience. But film school is like, I think you can learn a lot. And you get you do get the connections. You get the degree. You make a lot of things, I assume. So there's a lot, like, in theory, you go in, a fledgling filmmaker, you come out, you've got everything you need to be successful, or everything you need to be on the track to be successful. And if it's tough, like, sometimes I have trouble motivating myself to do things, but if I have a deadline, I'll almost always get it done. So there's that aspect too. Like, if you're being forced to learn things, as bad as that sounds, it makes sure you just stay on track. There's a lot of good reasons to go, but it is expensive. Facts. College is more about who you know than what you know. Yeah, a lot of things are like that. It's kind of weird. But there's always a lot of things you can learn too. University is more for theory, except for private or design companies, and 2-year studies are more practical, and we study them at some high schools. For us, 2-year studies in some jobs, companies prefer them. Huh. Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. And it kind of goes back to like something I talked about an hour ago. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up at 2 hours because we're done. We've had a lot. We need things to talk about in the next streams. So, maybe another 10 minutes or so. But it's interesting. Yeah, just different parts of the world, different ways of doing things. There's a lot of ways to get to a lot of places. It's just interesting. Maybe I'll retitle this just like. Actually, what did I title this? Something about like the fate of the world? Hold up. I'm not even on my stream tab. And the fate of the yeah, cameras, coffees, and the fate of the world. Fate of the world, a little bit exaggerated, but it's just like, I don't know, we're talking about the world. So maybe if I can retitle this, it'll be like cameras, photography, and how it fits into the world. I like that. Something like that. Thank you so much. I have to go now. I need to wake up for work in 4 hours. Great stream. Thank you so much. Chat, have a great one. You were in my stream when you had work in 6, 5, all the way up until 4 hours. I don't know when you joined. But you'd work in 4 hours and you were still in my stream. If you ever watched this part, thank you. That's like, it's insane. So weird for me to think I'm interesting enough that you would want to listen to the sound of my voice 4 hours before you have to go to sleep and then get up for work. But thank you. Thank you for participating. Chat enjoyed it. Everyone else was happy to have you here. Thank you. Another interesting thing about Spain, in USA, I saw you used to go to another city to study. In Spain, we try to keep our living in our own city and keep living with other friends and family to study at university. Oh, you didn't leave. Wow. Well, now I feel like I need to. Oh, I'm getting a call. I'll call him back in like 8 minutes. I'm gonna do something no other streamer has ever done. I'm gonna say you should probably leave my stream. If you've got work in 4 hours, you should probably get out of here. Like, we're wrapping things up. If you want to stay for 8 minutes, you can. But I don't know. I appreciate it. But 4 hours, like I've gone to work going off very little sleep before. Never a good idea. But thank you. I appreciate it. And yeah, it's kind of weird. A lot of people want to leave their hometown to go to school in the U.S. Not everyone. I know a lot of people that stayed in my hometown. But I think after just living somewhere for 18 years, if you have the funding or get the scholarships or whatever to do so, a lot of people would prefer to go elsewhere, to see a new way of living, to get out of Dodge, so to speak. But I will say, so I stayed in state. To go out of state, it gets really expensive if you don't get scholarships for it or whatever. Well, I think it's just like anything. Like, people want to travel and experience new things. And so, if given the opportunity, a lot of people in the U.S. take it, even if it doesn't make the most monetary sense. So, like, I'm not super privileged, but I'm not underprivileged. So I had an opportunity, like going out of state. I mean, this depends on where you apply and stuff like that. Going out of state wouldn't have been ideal for me, but I was able to go to a moderately expensive school that is more expensive than like some if I just stayed and done community college is what they call it in my hometown. But also has more opportunities in a better education there. So definitely pros and cons. And also like universities are specialized. So like this one could be really good for engineering. This one could be really good for law school. This one could be really good for business school. So a lot of time, if you have the funding, again, people just try and travel to the one they think will help them the most in life. Yes, bridge cameras. Bridge cameras are better than DSLR. They'd be cool. I love bridge camera. I feel kind of lame because this is my photography stream, and I'm looking up what the chat is talking about. Oh, it's one of those. It's like a point and shoot, but they have like, it's like a DSLR, but instead of changing lenses, it just has a lens like this, right? I just looked it up. I just didn't know they would call that. And then the lens can go like out on its own. So you don't need to swap lenses or anything. Wow. So my dad had one. And it took 4 AAA batteries. And it was very cool. It had a crazy zoom. It's not my cup of tea anymore. But I almost used that as my first vlogging camera. Funny enough. I didn't though. I didn't. This actually was like my first after a cell phone. Then I moved on to the 80D. But bridge cameras definitely make a lot of sense for a lot of people. Just wasn't the best for me. Small towns usually go these two. As for Ireland, it is small enough so you can go wherever you want. Bridge camera is my favorite. Gonna buy a Polaroid digital. Polaroids are cool. I haven't actually experimented with like film and Polaroids as much as I wish I had. But at some point I will. I remember shooting on disposable cameras growing up. That was fun. What other things have your interest besides photography and film? Fishnet. I don't know. I mean, I can like name a bunch of things right now. So I was just thinking, I don't remember quite how long you've been here, but I actually I got into making videos on YouTube and potentially even photography. It started with gaming, playing video games. Like my first videos on this channel, if you go way back, a lot of them were privated for a lot of reasons, but they were gaming videos. And that's when I just got into the flow of like making videos. I started progressing, learning as an editor. Super fun. So gaming, and it was something I haven't really done for the past 2 years. As soon as I got into like photography and stuff, put all my time into that basket. And gaming, I was just like, it's kind of not important to me. It's a waste of time. But lately, I've found my love for gaming again. And I don't play a lot, but I really, really enjoy playing PC games. Very fun. Skateboarding, longboarding. Seems like a lot of like creative YouTube people do that, but that's always been an interest of mine. I think I'm pretty mediocre at it. Definitely don't think I'm new, but not the best. But I want to get back into skateboarding, but longboarding I love doing. Biking. I love hiking. Just make sure I don't give away too much information on myself when I flash a screen. But it's just my Instagram. I have a lot to hide, but I don't want like, I don't know, my Amazon account to come up. But like hiking, like here's a photo on my Instagram of a mountain I climbed. So I love hiking, camping, being outdoors, which also like goes hand in hand with my love for like landscape photography. Yeah, that's me. Show us again. I can't remember what you wanted me to show you again. I'm so behind on the chat. Mirrorless is the best. I mean, there's an interesting thing. This chat is being taken over. It is. I think almost all cameras will be mirrorless pretty soon. 5 years, probably DSLR won't be that much of a thing, but I'm okay with that. All cameras take pictures, so it doesn't like really matter. I'm gonna miss the mirror though. I'm gonna miss the mirror. When that one pufferfish said, I felt that. I'm so lost in the chat. Did you try to make some short movies to small festivals? Photo or short movies to small festivals. So I've never written and really directed a short film. I've helped a lot of people at my college. Some of them I believe will be entered in competition, but it was more just a way for me to learn from people, hang out with people, and make cool things. But yeah, I'm in an interesting spot And I don't want to go too in depth onto this. Maybe I'll make a video on it. But I think making short films isn't my personal passion. And I honestly think I lost a little bit of my love for making videos by making short films, because when I have an idea, I love to just execute. And sometimes I like to be goofy, and sometimes I like to make mistakes and just have fun. And a lot of time on our short films, they're very fun. Don't get me wrong. And I enjoy helping people. I learn a lot. It's fun to make a high production thing, but it's not exactly for me. Like, cinema isn't my favorite videos to make. I like documentaries. I like hearing about other people's lives. I like to think I'm a little more professional than just troll internet videos, but I'm somewhere in between. So I'm not like super passionate about making like this artistic masterpiece of a film as much as I just want to make cool stuff that helps people. And I would definitely want to get into some like very high quality documentaries, but I enjoy short films. It's just not my personal passion, so I've not really pursued the festival route. Same with photos. It's hard because I like making things. I love making things for the internet. But at the same time, it's like, so I've applied to jobs and stuff like that, and I've done like short little jobs, and people ask for my resume. When you give someone a resume to work in photo or video, they don't want to see your internet things. They want to see the best things you've made. They want to see your portraits, which I don't publicly post on my Instagram, right? They want to see these other projects I've worked on, like for money or for other clients or people like that. And showing an internet video doesn't get as much attention as I thought it would, right? Like if I show them my YouTube channel, they're like, "Oh, cool! This guy makes little internet videos." No matter how high quality those videos could be. Don't quote me on that. I like to think I'm a little more professional than troll internet videos. I do. Like, I feel like I'm relatively self-aware. I have like a pretty lighthearted approach to things. Uh, just in general. But at the same time, I love a good, just like funny, stupid little 10-second scene that I can throw in a video. Like, I just think that's fun. And sometimes I enjoy that more than making like an artistic masterpiece. But there is something I really enjoy about making high quality things as well, like just very like prestigious. But I think when I do that, I definitely want to do more documentary type stuff in the future, as opposed to like a love story or a comedy short film or like a horror short film. Like, I'm just very interested in people right now. I think it's just because I don't really know what I'm doing with my life. I like the bridge cameras. Show us the bridge camera again. This stream is going longer than it was supposed to. Did we peak at like 17 people? That's impressive. So this is just a point and shoot. I think it's technically a bridge camera. So this is like my first camera I bought for YouTube specifically. It's almost out of battery. It's actually a great little camera, and I've used it in some recent videos as like a B cam or just for a short clip. I bought it off eBay. The bottom's broken. I had to buy new batteries for it. But I love it. And that is just, it's handy. And it has every focal length in one. It's fun. Gets the job done. Good for troll internet videos. Clap for audio sync. If the audio is not synced, I don't know how to fix it. It's my first live stream. I'm sorry. Also, it looks like, just the way I am right now, it looks like I have this giant wardrobe closet thing behind me, but that's a door and a closet. If that was blowing your mind, like, where does this guy live? It's not quite as cool as it looks with my head perfectly here. I saw you have a Sony also. Oh, man. Here it is. Oh, no. A Sony. A Canon. How can this be? Will you stay with Canon for filming? Change to Sony. So I bought this. I was going off, what's the best bang for my buck? I bought it used on eBay, like I was saying. The bottom is broken. It's beat up. It's scuffed. I had to buy new batteries for it. But it was like the best quality image I could get for like $80 whenever I bought it. My DSLRs are all Canon. I'm going to be with Canon for a while, I think, till I buy full frame. When I buy a full frame camera, I'll just switch to whatever, because most of these lenses won't translate to full frame anyways. So I'll just be like, whatever I think is best. I'm very impartial to brand. But that being said, Canon does have a grip on me because my first DSLR was a Canon. All my DSLRs right now are Canon. And I like Canon. Like, if there's something wrong with it, I would switch right away. There's nothing like I really feel like sucks. So I don't know, just, something isn't broke, you don't fix it. If I like my cameras, I'm not going to change. But if Sony comes out with some banger of a camera, then I might buy it. I'm using a Panasonic basic camcorder and went to change to Canon or keep with Panasonic. Still thinking about it. Yeah, it's hard. But I also think, like, specs matter. But as opposed to other things, they matter a little bit less with the camera. Right? Like, we can all watch a video from the 70s. And, the quality might not be as good. The special effects might be cheesy. But it can still be a good movie, right? And I think that's something always to think about with cameras. Is the specs don't make it good. Like, story, whatever you have to say, is just so much more important. And now we're over the 2-hour mark. Oh, my mouth is it's getting dry. I'm out of liquids to drink. But thank you all for tuning in. I think it was a successful stream. It's dying down now. I don't know how anyone could be here for the full 2 hours. But if you were listening in, I appreciate it. We're going to wrap it up now. I'm going to save your questions for later. I think it'll become a video when I'm done. So if it's a video when I'm done, let me add another ad right here. If it's a video when I'm done, drop some comments. Maybe if you haven't liked the video yet and you've made it this far, drop a like. Maybe we can get that to 20 likes. Anything to get this video pushed out to people if they see it and they like it. And maybe we'll do another one. But it really just comes down to, I enjoyed it. I want to do another one. And it was successful enough that I definitely will. And even if next time it's got 5 people, that's cool too. But yeah, I mean, like, the better it does, the more I want to do it. It's just like that support thing I was talking about earlier. Like, I enjoy this. I want to do it. I want to get better at it. But it's easier when more people tune in, more people participate. It gets me amped up. Like, when a video does good, or when someone says great photo, I'm just like, whoo, it feels good. So, if you haven't yet, drop that like. Tune in next time, and that's all we got. I think that was pretty successful. Maybe next time I'll get an actual webcam. How do I end this thing? Bye. Oh, are you sure you want to end your stream? End.